In this video, we're just going to do a very brief introduction to using Google Docs. So first, you just open up your internet browser. We're going to do the same thing we did in the previous video. So if your browser does not automatically open up to the Google homepage, you can just go to your address bar if you're using Google Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer. Type in google.com. It will take you to the Google homepage, and we can just go to our Gmail. It'll take us to that login page that we're used to. I'm going to put in the password, and then we're into our Gmail inbox. Now again, just like in the last video, we're going to look toward the top right for those 9 dots. I'm going to click on that, and we just want to click on Google Docs. Now I do have the option of choosing a template if I want to. So these are just things that have been designed by someone, and if it fits what you're looking for, you can click into that and then just fill in your own information. So I'm going to go back because I don't want a template, and I just want a blank document, so a brand new blank document. I can see the cursor right here, so it's blinking, so that means when I start typing, that's where it's going to come up. So I'll just type hello, how are you today? And you might get something that pops up just giving you a little hint. You can just say, got it. So hello, how are you today? Now, if I want to make my text bigger, smaller, or change the color, or kind of modify it, you can. One thing to remember is that we always want to kind of tell Google Docs what to focus on. So to do that, we will want to select, or also called highlighting, our text, or what we want to change, what we want Google Docs to focus on. So to do that, you will just use your mouse, or if you're on a laptop, your finger, you click and hold, and then you drag over, and we can see that there's now that blue highlight. So I can start over here. I can do the same thing. You can start highlighting from anywhere. You can highlight just a couple words. You can even highlight just one letter. So kind of whatever you want Google Docs to focus on. So I would actually like it to focus on my entire sentence. So I've got that highlighted. So I'm saying, hey, Google Docs, this is what I want you to pay attention to. And then if I'm looking up in my toolbar here, you can kind of see some options. And as you move your mouse, so I'm not clicking on anything, I'm just kind of using my mouse to move along and hover. But you'll see these little helpful drop downs, so they kind of tell you what each item is, underline, font size, so how big. So okay, I want to change the size of my text. So if I click on this, there's a little arrow, and I can choose a number, and you'll see that it's now changed. If I don't like that, I say, oh, that's too big. I can choose a different number, and it will go there. So I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose 30. So the bigger the number, the bigger the text will appear. Now again, it's only what you're highlighting. So highlighting kind of tells the computer what to focus on. So if I only had hello highlighted and I wanted to change the size, you can now see that it's very small. I've only changed this because that's all that was highlighted. Something else really helpful in Google Docs is don't forget, If you move up toward the top left, we've got this arrow pointing to the left, and if I hover over it, it says undo. If I click on that, it will undo the last thing that I did. If I click it again, it will undo what I did before that. If I click again, it will. So it will keep undoing, and it can undo all the way back to a blank page or where you started. So the undo button is your friend. If you ever click on something and it changed the way that your text looked and you don't know what happened, you can always try your undo button. Okay, so let's say I'll keep it at 18. Now, just to the left of our font size, so changing how big our text is or how small, you'll see this. If I hover over it, says font, and there's a little arrow. Anytime you see an arrow pointing down, it usually means there are more options. If I click on this, so it kind of gives you a preview of what that font looks like. So if I can click on this, and it will change everything that I have highlighted. If I don't like that, I can go back, change it there. Oh, I still don't like it. I can go back and keep changing it. And again, it's only what we have highlighted. Now, we've also got some other options. So let's say I only wanted hello highlighted. I only want to change that part. I could italicize it. Okay, so you see that kind of change. It italicized it, meaning kind of made the instead of standing upright, they kind of lean to one side. And then if I wanted to underline it, I can click that, and we now see that's underlined. Again, only what is highlighted. And right beside that, there's an A and then a bar under that. If you hover over it, so I'm not clicking, I'm just moving my mouse over, it says text color. If I click on that, gives me this little kind of palette of colors, and I can choose whichever one I want. Say blue, and again, it's only changing what I have highlighted. So I could highlight everything. Okay, I want to change the color of everything. Text color, maybe I want to make it red. So whatever is highlighted, again, highlighting kind of tells the computer what to focus on. Well, maybe I'll change it back that way. Okay, so that is just a very, very brief introduction to Google Docs. I encourage you to access it and just kind of have some fun, type things, highlight them, click on different buttons to see what happens, and don't be afraid to click on anything because you always have your undo button. So you can see that if I keep on clicking undo, it will undo everything that I've done, and I'm back to where I started.